I feel like it's been a little minute since I spoke to y'all about some hip hop shit, right? Um, I was listening to the D-Day mixtape by the homie J. Cole and his squad, the Dreamville squad. Real dope mixtape. And I came to the song at the end called Heaven's EP. I want to say it's called Heaven's EP or something. The last song on the project. J. Cole was saying something on there, and he said that a lot of people put him in third place behind Kendrick and Drake, right? It's crazy the boy Big Sean don't even get mentioned no more, but it's all good. He was saying a lot of people put him in third place behind Kendrick and Drake. And a lot of J. Cole fans seem to be upset about that line because obviously they put him before Kendrick and Drake. And then that sparked a lot of old things, so a lot of old conversation about Drake not writing his rhymes and X, Y, and Z. The funny thing is, if you Google Drake specifically and Google the songs that Drake has written for other people, and it's like a top 8 or a top 10. I'm pretty sure it's more than that, but Drake has written plenty of songs for other people, whether it be R&B songs or rap songs or whatever. A lot of times when people write raps for other people, they go under the term of a ghostwriter, where you don't want anybody to know that as a rapper you wrote these raps for another person. Supposedly because I feel like people assume that there's less artistry involved in making raps versus writing a R&B song where you have different kinds of melodies that you need to do, runs, this, that, and the third. It's a lot of background stuff and ad libs, and it's a lot of different. It's a little bit more intricate, but writing raps is not something that's easy to do. Yes, anybody can write a rap, but anybody can't write a rap professionally. And when I say professionally, I'm talking about writing rhymes consistently for yourself, for other people, and having them shits hit, right? I'm not the biggest Drake fan. I'm not the biggest Kendrick or Cole fan either. But when it comes to this generation of artists, I do believe that more so Drake and J. Cole right now are at the top of the heap because Kendrick hasn't really released anything substantial since his last album, which I think was like 5 years ago. I never really understood why Kendrick has always been consistently named as one of those dudes at the top of the game, even though he has, I guess you could say, arguably 3 classic albums, because Good Kid, Mad City was fire. To Pimp a Butterfly was fire, even though I don't think that the replay value is so high on that project. Damn was definitely fire. I think out of all 3 albums, I personally liked Damn the best, lyrically and sonically. I like the fact that, you know, you could play the album from front to back and get a certain vibe. And then there's also a back to front thing where you can play the album from the end to the beginning and also get a total different vibe. So it's almost, I remember the controversy at the time, or the secret at the time, was like, oh, it's 2 albums that he had. What actually, if you listen to it from back to front, it's a whole different story compared to listening from front to back. And that also adds to his genius as a top MC in the game. When I listen to Kendrick, for the most part, it's more flows than anything. He definitely has one of the most creative flows that we've probably ever heard on the hip hop side of things. He could switch it up fast, slow. the yelling, mid tones, and you know what I mean. But his bars specifically haven't really been, for me, bars where it's just like, damn, you heard what Kendrick said on such and such song. I remember when the Big Sean joint came out, and Kendrick, the song where Kendrick called out a lot of the rappers or whatever. What made that song so special was the fact, or made that verse so special, was the fact that Kendrick had the balls to call out all of these rappers and maintain a certain flow. And you know what I'm saying? I would say if I wanted to rate the lyrics on that song, it was like B+ lyrics. You know what I'm saying? It was consistent. He called out all the rappers. You know what I'm saying? He bigged up himself at the same time. And in the spirit of competition, where a lot of times we know that hip hop is a competitive sport, he did what he was supposed to do. I just would like to see his consistency be more consistent. You know what I'm saying? So back to the whole J. Cole versus those two guys. J. Cole, again, his bars are more awe-inspiring to me than the other two. He's been a lot more consistent. He's been on a whole bunch of features. He's been killing features. Some people would say that he even took a shot at Benny the Butcher on the track that he released with Benny. I forgot the name of it. Johnny P's Caddy or whatever it was called. He you know what I'm saying? He consistently goes hard. Even on the D-Day mixtape, he was going hard. And again, the bars stick out to me a little bit more. But I never really understood the Drake hate, right? And again, I'm not a big fan of Drake's, but when I listen to his lyrics is real complex. I want to say even more complex sometimes than J. Cole's, or equally as complex. But then we go back to the what's his name? The Quentin Miller situation, where Meek Mill kind of exposed the fact that Quentin Miller wrote a song for him, and then he provided us with the I forgot what you want to call it, when Quentin Miller laid down the tracks, and then obviously Drake goes down and lays down the verse in his voice. You know what I'm saying? How can you can discredit a rapper, right? You can discredit Drake, but y'all make it seem like because Quentin Miller supposedly wrote this one song or two songs, that it discredits everything that this dude has ever wrote. Yes, it does call into question, is he consistently writing his raps, right? But Snoop does that. A lot of people didn't even know that Jay-Z wrote Still DRE for Snoop Dogg and Dr. Dre. When Snoop did the verses, they asked him why he didn't play that song in the verses, and he explained to people that Jay-Z wrote the song. I guess the difference between Snoop and a lot of other rappers is he's not afraid to give props to, or to say when other rappers wrote songs for him. One of his other projects, I forgot the name of the album, Snoop publicly stated that, yo, I got, just to kind of put people on from his city, he got a lot of local people to write a lot of the songs that was on that project. I'm not gonna get a chance to edit this video, so I'm not gonna be able to put it on there. If it comes to my mind, I'll say it. But he consistently has other people writing songs for him. But we also know that Snoop writes songs. We know that he's a good lyricist. We know that he wrote songs. He probably wrote the majority of The Chronic. Between him, Daz, and Corrupt, he you know what I'm saying? All three of those guys wrote the majority of The Chronic. And then also Snoop, you know, he did his first album, which is considered a classic album, whatever. When it comes to Drake, I don't know what album you guys would consider a classic album coming from Drake, but I would just like to hear in the comment section a little bit more about why y'all discredit Drake so much, or why y'all hate Drake so much. Again, he's not the most gangster dude on the planet. He ain't come up in the streets. And he raps about his love life. He raps about having feelings about certain shit. He raps about his feelings about other people's feelings about him. And a lot of people consider that to be soft. So what makes a top MC in your mind? And if it ever comes out that, say, Kendrick didn't write something on his on one of his projects, if it ever comes out that J. Cole didn't write something on his projects, or he got a little bit of help from somebody and they penned a couple of bars from him, does that discredit his entire catalog? Does that discredit him from ever really claiming to be a top MC because you let somebody else help you out with a thought or a couple lines or an entire song? How does that work in y'all's minds when it comes to hip-hop artists? Because, again, in this climate, in this day and age, those three guys are definitely at the top, and then the rest fall after that. You know what I'm saying? You could probably argue Lil Baby right now, DaBaby. A lot of people, even the younger folks, a lot of people like NBA Youngboy as one of the top artists right now. I guess because of his independence and his consistency in dropping music. And again, he's another one of them cats that I don't really listen to. You know what I'm saying? Y'all can see I'm an old head, so you know what I mean? But I just wanted to have like a real hip-hop conversation with y'all. And I want y'all to put it in the comments, man. I want y'all to explain why Drake is still considered up there, and or why you think that he's not. Because I feel like a lot of the times, again, when his name comes up, there's a lot of, to me, unnecessary hate that comes out whenever his name is mentioned. So y'all tell me how y'all feel about that. It's your boy P Double, one half of the Bootleg Cable Podcast. Y'all have a good one, man. I'm out.